Hello everybody,
Hello.
welcome back to Asclepion Podcast, the podcast for awareness and growth. My name is Pepien van den Berg and I'm here with
Myoke.
As always, you're so welcome.
So happy to be here.
And we're at the beginning of summer and the sun is at its highest point and we feel the heat and the passion and the energy is flowing. I'm working on several projects and Myoke's working on her projects and the energy is almost unbearable. It wants to flow. So I'm really in this passionate summer vibe. Is this correct, Myoke?
Yes, from standpoint of Chinese medicine, this is the ultimate yang.
Mm-hmm.
So the highest peak. We just had the summer solstice, which is the longest day and the shortest night. And you can see it everywhere. Mm-hmm. The passion and the blooming, everything is in full bloom, and in some cases, sadly, also full boom.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see it everywhere. You can see it in nature, where everything is blooming. Trees full leaves, flowers, full bloom.
Yeah.
It's dry, in our little corner of the world.
In the sense that no rain.
Yep.
Little rain.
Little rain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For this area, little rain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's dry, sunny. For me, way too hot. Please stop. I don't like it when it's over 20 degrees Celsius.
I know.
Please
Yeah.
turn down the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also see it on a worldly scale.
Mm-hmm.
Things are heating up and people are hot-headed and throwing ugly things around everywhere, in words and in booms. So that's part of this part of this
collective
season.
energy
Yeah.
season that we are in.
Yeah. And Chinese medicine is about energy.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the heart or the small intestine, which belong to the summer, it is about the energy of these organs and how they work or don't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has to do with passion.
And I can understand the heart. It's about love, passion, romance perhaps. But how does the small intestine, that's the yin energy, right?
The heart is the yin.
Oh, the heart is the yin? And the small intestine is the yang?
Yeah.
How does that work?
The small intestine is about discernment. It's about when you get your food and the digestion process starts. The small intestine decides which is good for your body. So those little stuff they bring to the bloodstream, which starts to nourish all your cells and your
your
organs.
Minerals and the foods, the
discernment, and it's and what he doesn't want in the body, he starts to send to the large intestine, and the large intestine is getting the water back out.
So you absorb the nutritions.
It's
in the small intestine.
Yep.
And what is excess is waste goes to the
large intestine, and in the large intestine the water is reabsorbed, and the rest is pushed out.
Yeah. Oh, so that is then I understand that is the yang element.
Yeah,
because
so
it's hard work.
It's hard work, but it's also about boundaries.
Oh, tell me more.
That's the connection with the heart. If I'm concerned, if you're loving and the heart is open, you also need boundaries.
Okay. Otherwise,
you let in what's not good for you.
Okay.
For example. And it can be very...
You can be too open.
You can be too open.
Okay.
And you can be too closed as well.
And your heart can be broken.
also, and some people die from a broken heart.
Yeah.
But that's the connection, the discernment.
Oh, it's so interesting.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when I say it's about the energy.
Yeah.
So in Chinese medicine, it's not about how many times your heart pumps.
No.
No, it's about the energy of how and how it works together inside of you, outside in the world, and the connection between those two. Because you're not part of nature, but you are nature.
We are nature. Yeah.
I can't say that enough because people think they're
machines.
They're machines, and that's how Western medicine looks at a human body.
Like a clock.
Yeah,
like
something
a broken car you
like,
bring
let's
to
fix it.
Yeah.
But the discernment is in every layer of existence. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. But in Chinese medicine, you actually never hear about the exchange of the food or the absorption of the minerals or whatever. It's about the discernment.
Okay. And that's emotional?
Everything, every organ carries an emotion.
And the discernment towards the function of the particular... I'm a little bit lost.
Sorry.
Well, can you explain more about the discernment of...
This is what we need, this is what we don't need. That's exactly also...
Oh, that's the discernment.
Boundary. Yeah.
And that's the boundary.
Yeah, that's also the boundary.
And it's not about food. That's a discernment, perhaps. It's also...
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Western medicine, they look at the very smallest particles of the body. The chemistry. Chinese medicine does not. It takes everything into account. How everything
like
functions inside and outside, and the interaction.
Yeah.
And how that interaction
works together.
Or not working together. That's also possible.
Yeah. And that's why you can work on preventative measures.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can work on these chronic illnesses, right?
Yeah, but also prevention.
Yeah. Because you need something a little bit here and a little bit there, and then this feeds this, and put some boundaries here.
Yeah, and it's also
that's why I can't do Chinese medicine, because I'm dyslexic, and it's like math for me. I know it's not math, but it's a little. I can get lost in all this flow and action, counteraction.
But you gave a very nice example just now. When you see it as a garden.
I can garden.
You can garden. You take out weeds.
Yeah.
Discernment.
Yeah.
You put in some seeds because in that exact spot you would like to have...
I know that my lavender is really...
you would love to have in this spot this kind of flower.
Yeah.
Or this kind of tree or whatever. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's really truly energy. It's like winter comes into spring, comes into summer, comes into after summer, in this in the autumn. You know, that's ebb
and flow.
That's a flow.
Yeah.
It's a flow of life.
Yeah.
It's a flow of life outside of you in nature. Flow inside of you. Same.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad you're here. So I can so we can make heads and tails of it.
No, but that's also the reason why it's very calming to walk in a wood.
Yeah.
It's the same because the energy, what's it called? To
releases.
Yeah, to get it right, to get it back into
balance.
If you are living between concrete, it's very easy to lose your balance because you need the green.
Yeah, we are electrical beings, right?
Yeah.
We respond to the ions and we are. Everything is energy.
Right.
And the singing of the birds does something to the brain and
not just to the brain because it's everywhere in every cell.
Yeah.
And what Chinese medicine does, I always make a pledge to do it both because Chinese medicine is very good prevention, very good in sustaining great health. But if you have something acute, you break your leg or something, which can happen, you need Western medicine because that's the part where they are very good at.
Yeah.
And then you can go back to, for example, Chinese medicine to get rid of the sleeping stuff, the narcosis.
The narcotic.
The narcotic
the
stuff.
Anesthesia.
The anesthesia, sorry.
Narcotics is something
different. To get that out of your system, because if you don't do anything, it will stay inside you for way too long.
Okay, yeah.
And you have several points on your body which can take care of the fact that this anesthesia goes out sooner.
Yeah. Oh, I love how everything can work complementary to each other.
But that's how it came about, because in the thousands and thousands of years ago, those wise men, wise women, I don't know, they watched very carefully what happened in the air, what happened in nature, what happened to the body.
They did.
And that made a whole system, which...
it must have taken hundreds of years to get the whole system complete.
And it's still functioning.
Yeah.
Because the body is still stuck, if I can call it stuck, in that era. And technology is coming in right now.
Yeah. You mean the evolution has stopped?
No. But the human body is not as far as the evolution in, for example, the technological world.
Oh, yeah. We are still like in our hunter-gatherers Stone Age body. And the technology is way ahead from our primitive biology.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that can cause
that makes us very vulnerable with the technology.
That can cause a problem because of the radiation. We're not used to
stress,
excess stress in these days. More and more concrete and more houses and buildings, and less nature, less green, makes us very vulnerable.
Toxic waste, toxicity in
toxic
our
fruits,
vegetables,
all the shitty stuff they put in your food. So the body
which puts stress on our body.
Yeah, and the body is always vulnerable from when you're a little baby until you're very old.
Yeah.
And actually, that's not very passionate maybe, but you're dying every day a little bit.
Yeah.
And the only thing...
That's reality, right?
Yeah. I love that reality, but most people have like this when I talk about this subject. But the truth is, every day you're dying a little bit.
My hair is graying. I'm getting older. It's the reality.
Yeah, you're getting wrinkles, start sagging everywhere. Hormones start working differently. So your body changing, your appetite changing, your relationships changing.
Everything changes. Everything is,
And that's exactly what Chinese medicine also is. It's change.
Yeah.
And because changes, they follow a pattern.
Yeah.
And they discovered the pattern and they saw the connections. That's what I love about Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
And I have also a tremendous amount of admiration for Western medicine.
Yeah.
If we didn't have Western medicine, I wouldn't be here talking to you.
No.
That's
right.
I would have been long gone.
Wow. Yeah.
So but for me it's, the time has to come that it starts working together and it starts to appreciate each other.
Yeah. I thought about 20 years ago that time was there and it still isn't.
Yeah.
That the time that we work together more frequently was there, but it's still separated.
Yeah, because the whole energy at this moment is about separation.
Yeah, it's amazing. You just have to be close to yourself, to your own, like what we are talking about. This is what makes us happy and this is how we want to be in the world. And cause perhaps a ripple effect.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But when you're looking outside, sometimes I need to cocoon.
Yeah.
And no social media, no nothing.
No.
Just on my own square meter and shutting everything out.
Yeah.
And to remind myself and to reset my body and to remind myself it's about slowing down. Slow down.
Yeah. I'm at the moment writing about, just for myself at the moment, I'm writing about the period when in the late 80s, early 90s, and I realized we had no internet, no social media. When I had to look for something, I had to go to the library and it's so, I love, everything is coming back, how slow we were. We had this big, how do you call it, a closet or something where you put your mail in, and we gave each other notes. That was the first WhatsApp. It's so cute.
Yeah, but just realized that's just a few decades ago. That's not so very long ago. And your body did not have the time to adjust to
it was slow. I have this whole scene where I describe how we use the phone. It's amazing. And how it didn't lead your life. It rang and you
picked it up or you didn't.
Picked it up or you didn't. And that was the whole clue. You didn't. And you were gone. You were not at home.
Yeah. It still works that way with my dad. If he doesn't want to pick up, he just doesn't.
No.
And when I'm asking, where were you?
Huh? But I get these visceral memories of slow living, and how you had the time, you weren't disturbed, there were no extra prickles, I'm having a blackout, doesn't matter. I'm very slow. Thinking about back in those days. But yeah.
That's a very good example of how fast the pace is with technology, and your body just is not catching up.
No.
At least not yet.
No. And what also, going back at those days, how everything is a soundbite.
Yep.
You get a small clip of something and somebody says something and that's it. There's no context. And now I'm writing and my contexts are getting longer, just for me. It's getting long in the details that are coming up. So we didn't think in sound. I'm reprogramming myself of getting out of those sound bites, and how we look at each other, and how this fast, how we think about this and how we think about that, and bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, but it also makes you, with this fast pace, makes you also get out of rhythm.
Yeah, and the algorithm feeds you with more and more and more of the same.
But the only thing that's worth caring about is the rhythm of your heart.
Yeah.
And if the world goes too fast,
yeah, you spin out of control.
It's going way too fast.
Yeah.
So I always think sometimes you have to shut out the world.
It's really important.
And get back.
Yeah. Get back to slow.
To get a feel again for what your own rhythm in sleep, your own rhythm in passion, your own rhythm in food, meals during the day, your own rhythm within.
And not what the latest influencers think you have to eat.
But also with your contacts, also within sexuality. Everybody has a rhythm and a logic.
Yeah.
And when you're just looking at your device, whatever that device is, it can turn you away from your own rhythm.
Yeah.
And then the thoughts come like, I'm not good enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not whatever enough.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, everybody is here for a reason.
Yeah.
In their own rhythm.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing. To get back, or to find what your passion, to find what's your rhythm. Yeah. What is the song you want to sing in this world?
What is the song you want to sing in this world? I love it.
That's it. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So, does anyone want to have some heart exercises?
Of course. Yeah, if you have one.
I have a few.
Okay.
I have a few. There are important points on the inside of your, what is it, pulse?
Wrist.
Wrist. Wrist. So if you washing your hands, or if you're using your hand cream, it's very easy.
Okay.
To do this.
And this wakes up the heart.
Yeah, there are 3 very important points.
Okay.
For your chest organs, heart, lungs.
Okay. Oh, that's very easy.
That's I love easy.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing difficult. As easy as possible.
It's also a bit sensitive.
Yeah, that's possible. The other thing, to unclog arteries. So you fold your fingers and you clap.
Okay.
Can be done everywhere.
Yeah.
Anytime. Also not difficult.
No.
What's also nice is there are a lot of points in your hands. So you activate them just by clapping and find your own rhythm. Woohoo! When you want to influence your heart, when you want to influence your liver, and your liver stores the blood.
Okay. Oh, that's important.
So that's a very good samenwerking.
I don't know. They work together.
They work together very closely. And what I always do, start clapping. Ooh. Other side, start clapping, start clapping. Brings me joy, these simple things. And the second, you also have a second heart. Like you have a second brain. Your second brain is connected to your intestines. Second heart is
the calves. Yeah.
In your calves.
Yeah.
So you can.
Oh, that's sensitive.
You can massage it, or you can go up and down your toes, but not fully back on the ground.
Yeah. Like
just to train.
Just
train
your
them.
Okay, the calves. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. That works like a pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your heart is also a pump.
Yeah.
So you pump with your calves. And this is also a pump.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You can see the connection actually everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Everything is connected.
If you want to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for today, folks.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you like it, please like it.
Subscribe.
And share.
And
have a lovely, lovely, lovely summer.
We'll be back in August.
We'll be back next time in August. Okay, see you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.